Dr. Maimunah, Datuk Bandar Kuala Lumpur kerana sudi meluangkan masa untuk bersama kami dalam majlis yang istimewa pada petang ini. Meskipun dengan jadual yang padat, Jabatan Datuk Bandar pada hari ini telah mencatat sejarah dalam Klsccci kerana ini menandakan kali pertama seorang Datuk Bandar mengunjungi Klsccci. Terima kasih. Saya juga ingin mengalu-alukan kehadiran semua tetamu yang dihormati dan saya percaya sesi hari ini akan membawa hasil yang positif dan bergembira. Kami benar-benar berasa besar hati atas kehadiran setia. Seterusnya, sila izinkan saya meneruskan ucapan dalam bahasa Inggeris. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to this special Tarik session. This gathering holds significant values and it provides meaningful opportunities to strengthen the relationship between our business community and the city's leadership. It's also a chance to share ideas, foster connections, explore opportunities for collaborations, and discuss how we can work together for a brighter and more inclusive future for Kuala Lumpur. We take pride in the remarkable progress, and development that our city has achieved. We believe that open and ongoing conversations such as the one we are having today are vital to ensuring that Kuala Lumpur remains competitive, investor-friendly, and above all, livable for all its residents. We recognize that the success of our businesses is closely tied to the vision, the leadership, and the strategic direction set by the City Council. And today's tea sessions is a valuable opportunity for us to listen, to share and better understand the priorities of our cities, while reflecting the views, hopes, and ideas of our members. Klsccci is looking forward to the Kuala Lumpur 2040 local plan and is committed to advocating for close cooperations between businesses and the City Council, ensuring that policy directions align with enterprise development. We also hope that through today's sharing, we can identify a win-win model for ease of doing business, thereby creating an environment that is not only livable, but also business-friendly, one that attracts more entrepreneurs to establish their business in Kuala Lumpur. This close and warm discussion shared over Tarik symbolize our shared commitment to building stronger ties between the business community and the city administration that argue well with the people. In line with the spirit of Madani philosophy, a prosperous and inclusive city must uplift the aspirations of its people by fostering a conducive environment for both living and business, one that ensures better safety, cleanliness, traffic flow, and job opportunities for all. And before I conclude, I would like to thank everyone who made this gathering possible. And once again, I'd like to take this opportunity also to thank again our Datuk Bandar for your time and support. We deeply appreciate your willingness to engage directly with the business community. Thank you.
Thank you, Datuk. Next, we would like to call upon Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Town Planner Dr. Maimunah binti Muhammad Syafiq. Datuk Bandar, please.
Associated Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Kuala Lumpur and Selangor. Encik Ahmad Hussein Tajuddin, President of Kuala Lumpur. Mr. Nivas Ragavan of Commerce and Industry. Distinguished Committee, Chamber of around 20 of them. Selamat Selamat petang, salam sejahtera dan salam Malaysia. Be a meaningful and open conversation. I ask my office, Datuk Bandar office, do you have the contact of the Malay Chamber of Commerce? Do you have the contact of Chinese Chamber of Commerce? Do you have the contact of the Indian Chamber of Commerce? Can you guess the answer? No. I'm very frank, no. But I think that as a city council and also as a mayor, business community is key to the development of Kuala Lumpur. I think that's why we need to meet you to understand your needs, to understand your challenges, and for you to understand us, our needs and our challenges too, so that both of us will meet at the middle and we can together develop Kuala Lumpur, in this case, in a better way and more understanding. So I think there is enough conflict in this world. I was in the UN Habitat for 6 years. I think it's enough. I gone through the conflict of Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Afghanistan, Iraq, Russia and Ukraine, and last before I came back, Gaza and Palestine. And I want to keep a peaceful life in Kuala Lumpur. So that's why I would like to meet all of you, in a peaceful way, and trying to see how we can work together, how can we develop Kuala Lumpur together to make it more livable and loved by everyone. So that's why I think in one of the session, I cannot remember which session, is to introduce to me, let's have a Tarik with the chamber. I said, Tarik, I thought Tarik like going to Kopitiam. I said, no, we have a program called Tarik. I said, okay, I'll join. So I said, here we are. I think this is a very opportunity for us, I said again, to have a very meaningful and open conversation, to understand more of each other. I tried to have the SPIT committee at the DBKL, surveyors, planners, engineers, architects and developers, so that when come to the development, we understand each other. I have my limitation, you have your limitation, and I have also unlimited wants or demand. You also have unlimited demand. So I think how we can meet in the middle and in a peaceful way and smile and happy, and at least at the end of the day we love each other. By skyscrapers, but I think that what is put us together is the love. Love between each other, love between our society, our staff and all this. I think this is very important. That's why I think we are here. I've also brought along 20 of my colleagues so that you can, if I cannot answer, I'm just 9 months as a Datuk Bandar of Kuala Lumpur. They're already here for 20 years, maybe 15 years. They know better than me, so if I cannot answer your question, I will pass to them afterwards. So let me begin by extending my heartfelt thanks to the Associated Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Malaysia, and also the Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Kuala Lumpur and Selangor for hosting this Tarik session. The invitation to be here, not just an honor to me, but a welcome opportunity to strengthen our shared aspiration for a better Kuala Lumpur in this case. Our gathering today represents when I always believe in the essence of the 4P spirit that Kuala Lumpur embraces, that I myself embrace in Penang. I brought it along to United Nations, and now I bring back to Kuala Lumpur, public-private people partnership. You have to build up the 4Ps in order to have a peaceful life. So we need the 4Ps. So what I have practiced throughout for my 4 decades career in the civil service, particularly in Penang, and now in Kuala Lumpur, and before that in 93 countries where UN Habitat present in 1,600 cities, where I was 4 years as a head of UN Habitat. And to me, the 4Ps are the pillars that support how we plan, how we build, and how we grow together our city. So colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Kuala Lumpur is shaped by all of us gathered here today. But you, as business leaders, entrepreneurs, and professionals, are at the frontier of its growth. It is you who drive innovation. It is you who create jobs. It is you also to inspire progress. So you are truly the link with the pioneering spirit of Raja Mahadi, inspiring spirit of Captain Yap Ahloy, Tauke Long Yu, Mr. Tam Busami Pillay, and succeeding generation of the business community of Kuala Lumpur. So these cities thrive because of partnership that are grounded in shared goals and mutual respect and trust. This is very important. So it is no coincidence actually that Kuala Lumpur continues to be a magnet for investment and innovation. Our close collaboration with business chamber such as the Associated Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Malaysia, the Chinese Chamber of Commerce of Industry of Kuala Lumpur and Selangor, Kuala Lumpur Malay Chamber of Commerce, and Kuala Lumpur and Selangor Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry has contributed very significantly to fostering a business-friendly environment, easing market access and promoting sustainable enterprise development. So that's why I feel honored to be here together with you. For example, your input have been invaluable in shaping the new Kuala Lumpur Local Plan 2040. When I came in, it's towards the end of the preparation. They have gone through the public exhibition. I was told we received 38,000 inputs from all of you. And they have gone through nearly 2 years. So the local plans has been gazetted on the 28th of May and will be enforced tomorrow on the 11th of June and will be launched officially by Yang Amat Berhormat, our Prime Minister, on the 24th of June in IDB. And at 9 o'clock, 9:30, they gave me 9:30 to 11. So I think the business sector, your wakil, representative, will be also invited to this launching on the 24th of June at 9:30. So the local plan, particularly refining the guidelines that facilitate commercial redevelopment, encourage mixed-use zoning, incentivize transit-oriented development. I don't have to tell that because I think you know better than me, because you've gone through 28,000 inputs. So the Chamber's feedback on ensuring a balance between planning flexibility and urban livability has guided DBKL in introducing more practical and predictable framework for developers. So today, my friends, I'm not here just to speak, but I'm here to listen. Sometimes we forget to listen. Listening is very, very important ingredient. Sometimes before someone finish their sentence, you already chip in. Listen. I learned this in the UN. The Secretary General used to say, colleagues, listen. You know, at the executive director level, there are many of them are former ministers, even former prime minister. I was the only one mayor at that time, all the 33 heads. So sometimes, you know, they are already ministers, the prime ministers, the president before. Sometimes before we finish our sentence, they already want to intervene. Until the Secretary General say, colleagues, listen. You know, I think sometimes that we forget to listen. So I'm here, and my colleagues back there, we are here also to listen, to understand, so that we can react. To listen, to understand, and to work with all of you in shaping the future of Kuala Lumpur, a future that is not only prosperous, but also inclusive, sustainable, and deeply rooted in our shared value. I think this is very important. As I said to Mr. Tan in the session this morning, I'm very, very hopeful that we can do it together. Yes, urbanization can cause traffic jam, banjir, floods, and all this. And I said that there are 3 stigma that I want to take it out from everyday conversation of the people, even with my family. Then sometimes I ask my family, when are you coming to Kuala Lumpur? When is the best time when it's not traffic jam? That's the first question. And when is the best time it's not banjir? I say, come on, Kuala Lumpur is not banjir all the time, you know, it's not only traffic all the time. Please come, it's beautiful than what you think of. So I think this stigma, we have to put it aside by working together. I think this is very important for us to be hopeful, because as a town planner by profession, I believe that we need to have a common plan to guide development. I think that's why the PTKL 2040, the allocation of resources, and also to help business to invest in a stable environment. I think this is very important, that when you buy a piece of land, you know what's next to you. Not to say that when you buy a piece of land, then the next to you in 3 years' time is something else. So I think this is also, that's where I think it's important that the local plan has been gazetted. And I would like to share a story that when the Prime Minister called me, he said that, Datuk Sri Maimuna, when are you going to gazette your local plan? I think, sir, we are going to gazette it in May. Can you make it faster? That gazette it in March. I was pleasantly surprised that the Prime Minister, the politician, asked me to gazette the local plan earlier than it's supposed to be. Because during my experience, sometimes politicians, they don't want to gazette the plan. But he asked me to gazette it earlier. Can you do it earlier? I said, yes, sir, let me do it in March. But because of all the other things that we still, 28 May, we're still within the original framework, and we are going to implement it tomorrow on the 11th. So I said, to realize the vision of Kuala Lumpur as a city for all, for everybody. I just went last week to Brickfield to look at how universal design is our city to the people, the OKU, people on the wheelchair, people who are blind, people who have lack of hearing, because there are Malaysian Blind Association there. And I went together with them, I walked together with them, I understand. And we are going to do that. I said I will adopt Brickfield to be the safest portion or safest zone for the OKU in Kuala Lumpur. So we would like maybe to get some help from you, to get some guidance from you how to do it best. Because I think you as a developer, the business, you know how to do it best. So I think this is very important. And then we also, I'm focusing on 3 thematic areas, including plant-led development, social inclusion, climate adaptation. And I want Kuala Lumpur, I'm sure you also agree with me, to have clean and green. Clean, not only clean from rubbish, but clean in governance. That's what I've been asked, one of my KPI. It's not only green by planting trees, but also green in procurement, green infrastructure, and green whatever that we are doing. So they're clean and green, and this we are embarking on the governance reform. I started the governance reform, the internal governance reform in the BKL as early as September last year. I came in 15th of August. In September, I already have a retreat with my colleagues. I think my colleagues, some of my colleagues at the back, they know that we have a discussion up to 3 o'clock in the morning at that time. To understand, for me to understand the BKL, Kuala Lumpur, because I'm not from Kuala Lumpur. You should guide me also, because I'm not from Kuala Lumpur, I'm from Kuala Pilah, Negeri Sembilan. Then I went to UK for 5 years. I came back 39 years in Penang. Then 6 years in UN, and now 8 months in KL. This is the first time that I live in KL. I never lived in KL before. So I think I need to know from you what is best, what the do's and the don'ts, and how we can work together. I think this is the point that we are here. So actually, what I would like to focus is that on the plan-led development, I will now focus on the Kuala Lumpur Local Plan 2040. As you know, PTKL 2040, as I said just now, introduces new zoning controls, development intensity guidelines, and incentive for development, including plot ratio flexibility, transit-oriented development, and affordable housing integration. It also includes new zones like traditional villages and open public space too, and safeguarding heritage while planning for inclusive growth. I think you remember that the Prime Minister launched the Heritage Kuala Lumpur. Then he said that, Maimuna, you put Georgetown and Melaka that time, you were involved putting Georgetown and Melaka into the World Heritage, UNESCO Heritage Site. Can you do the same for Kuala Lumpur? Well, I already submitted to UNESCO that to put Kuala Lumpur under the creative cities. I received on the 14th of April, because all these dates very important to me, 14th of April that my submission is complete. Now they are going for the second assessment, and hopefully that they will come, maybe they will come and see you. So say the nice thing so that we can get the inscription. They will come. They will come like just like an ordinary tourist. They attend the interview, maybe, how is Kuala Lumpur? How's the mayor? Maybe they ask you, how's the mayor? Okay or not okay? Then you just say okay. They say, how's the planning here? Because they want to assess how creativity it is, the people in Kuala Lumpur and all that. But because I was informed that now they are doing the second assessment, if everything is okay, in October we will know. We hope that you will celebrate that the Warisan Kuala Lumpur area, the 19 or 20 kilometers square, to be inscribed into the creative cities of UNESCO. Hopefully, keep our finger crossed. So let's see. So I think this is very important in urban renewal effort. This morning we discussed with Reda and the team at the PAM's office. In the local plan, I think you already know that 139 strategic locations across Kuala Lumpur have been identified for regeneration. If you want to ask why 139 areas have been identified, not 140, not 135, you can ask my colleague at the back. Because they are the one who identified that. I came in, is already identified. Senang nak lari But we have our principle and our criteria. So identified this strategic location for urban regeneration, and en bloc redevelopment and proposed urban renewal act will streamline this process with fairer consent threshold, transparency, fair compensation, and sensitivity to community needs are essential pillars we stand by. So we also acknowledge the industry concern around the development delays. You know, sometimes you say that, why it takes so long to get the approval, something like that. But just to share with you, when I came in to the BKL, I inherit 1,178 plans, which is no decision at that time. My colleagues at the back, I had on the 29th of December, you see, end of the year, I said, I don't want to carry this burden to 2025. By hook, by crook, we have to finish in 1,178 plans. We need to make a decision. Either tolak, or lulus, or tangguh. And we did it. We did it. But I have to ground them. But I have to bring them to the hotel. Because I said, Datuk Sri, bring us to the hotel now. You know, at least we can stay in the hotel. We don't have to go back. Because we stayed up until 2 o'clock in the morning to look through all the plans. Why is it delayed? Because I don't want to carry 1,178 plans into 2025. So we did it, and then we also refined our one-stop center OAC to be more efficient. I have the speed members meeting, and at the same time, normally it's 1 or twice a month OAC meeting, but now I have sometimes twice a week OAC meeting. And today, I have a meeting at 8 o'clock, OAC meeting, 8 o'clock up to maybe 10, 11 o'clock. So whatever that we want to do, we want to have the efficient and reliable and a newly enhanced workflow We had the retreat recently with all the 22 departments, 21 in DBKL and 22 external. So now I understand why sometimes it takes some time, because you need to go through to all these departments to get their comments. And what we do is that we work together with them, and newly enhanced workflow will enable plan approval between 21 days and development orders between 42 days. This is the commitment together when we had the retreat in Malacca with all the others. But when you submit your plan, I think they started, maybe it's already 3rd of June. When you submit your plan, if you cannot get the approval within 42 days, you let me know. But on one condition, that you fulfill all the department's needs. Because I don't want to see ding dong anymore. I mean, they pass back, they come back, pass back, that one it can take years. So I think this is very important. We have closer coordination with 28 external agencies and 8 internal departments. So these are what we did. We had the retreat that day. We are also working to enhance digital application platform and develop a smart feedback system in collaboration with chamber representatives. So your feedback has been instrumental in streamlining this system to reflect real world needs, especially for the SME, property developers, and consultants. For business community, we are creating more opportunities in transit zones for co-working spaces and innovation hubs, and supporting informal businesses through entrepreneurship innovation lab. So difficult to and micro business zone in residential area. Because last time we don't allow business in residential area, but now I think there is a need to a certain type of business in the residential area. We are also reinvesting in our city's heritage, as I said just now, through the Warisan Kuala Lumpur initiative. This includes the Petaling Street neighborhood, you will see that now under construction, and the historic Tinzia Temple, as well as the Chinese Assembly Hall, which are important heritage landmarks of the city. 10 historic precincts will be revitalized to support cultural tourism and civic pride, and meanwhile, special economic zones and investment incentives are on our radar to catalyze high-impact projects. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that our business community and development partners will reflect on 3 key goals. 1, commit to the plan-led development. Predictability and consistency are key to business success. Second, prioritize sustainability. We must account for biodiversity and biodiversity. You know, you have SITY, I add another one, biodiversity, sorry. Biodiversity and biodiversity. And environmental limits in all future development. And third, inclusivity. We must ensure no community is left behind, especially as we are developing smart city technologies that have become part of our life. I was I went to the affordable housing. A few of the makcik told me, Datuk Sri, very difficult for me to go shopping. I said, why? They asked me for QR code. They don't want to receive cash, they want QR code. Auntie, you don't have QR code. I also don't know how to do the QR code. So there is also a gap, a generation gap, innovation gap or digitalization gap, digital gap. So I think we also have to take note of this so that we are be more people-centered smart city, not vendor-driven, but people-centered smart city as we become more technology advanced to make sure we do not leave anyone behind. So Kuala Lumpur is proud to lead not only at home, but also in our region. So under the Malaysia ASEAN 2025 Chairmanship, the city will host 3 major events in August. The BKL will host 3 major events. One is in August, 10 to 15 of August. Please join us. at Klsccci, the ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Forum. When I was in the UN Habitat myself prepared the ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Strategy. So here now I am in DBKL, I said that I want to see what happened to the plan that I prepared for the ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Strategy. So we have ASEAN Sustainable Urbanization Forum, the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum, this is also one forum, and the Meeting of Governors and Mayors of ASEAN Capital. This one we have 10 ASEAN capital. We want to see how Kuala Lumpur and with the ASEAN capital can collaborate and work together. Maybe it's also good for all of you. Maybe you already invested many in all these ASEAN countries, the ASEAN capital. But how can we work together so that in the capital of ASEAN we can have some similarity, some program together. So I think this will be this platform will elevate the collective voices of cities in shaping a more sustainable and inclusive, resilient Southeast Asia. So please join us again, 10 to 15 August. Put in your diary on your calendar as we come together to shape the future of urban leadership and also across the region. And as you know, recently, Wabinga Kobeng proudly be the president of Habitat Assembly, and this morning I was interviewed by TV1 RTM. I said, what do you get as a president of Habitat Assembly? Yes, I said, you president, what do you get? I think this is very important, that recognition of your work, of all this while that Malaysia has been agreed, has been voted in, elected by 192, of course including us, 193 major member states. You can see Russia, China, EU and all these countries voted Malaysia to be the president of Habitat Assembly. It's not easy, my friends. It's not easy. I've been asked to be the champion or the lobbyist by the government. And on top of being as a mayor of Kuala Lumpur, I'm also actually, before I become a mayor actually, I've been appointed as an advisor on sustainable urbanization to the government of Malaysia before I joined DBKL. But I'm still there, and that's why I think for the Habitat Assembly, I think this is the time that we will determine the agenda of the global, because Habitat is the human settlement program. We will determine, we want to discuss about housing, or we want to discuss about solid waste, we want to discuss about climate change, or we want to discuss about zero waste or something like that. We are at the upper hand to determine the agenda of the meeting at the global level, to be endorsed by 193 member states. It's not easy to be there. I have to phone Iran 7 times. Excellency, can I, because Iran also submitted their nomination. So there is a, something that they said that we also want to be the president of Habitat Assembly. I have to phone them 7 times. First time I phoned them, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, oh, we haven't discussed yet, we have to check. Then second time, Excellency, how is it? Oh, we haven't had a meeting. Third time, 4th time, 5th time, 6th time, I still continue. On the 7th time, he said, because you are so persistent, Excellency Maimuna, we will support Malaysia. We will give you the way. I think it's not easy, Excellency, to get Iran, and I have to phone Tehran 7 times to ask them to give us the way. Otherwise, they said they also want to be the president of Habitat Assembly. That is one. Then after that, US and Ukraine came in. I said, suddenly US and Russia and Ukraine came in. Then I said, how come suddenly they are in? Then I called Moscow. What happened, Excellency? Why you are here? Don't worry, Excellency. For us, if Ukraine come in, we will come in, but we will support you. Then I phoned Ukraine. I said, come on, Excellency, what is this? Why suddenly? All this while your name is not there. How come? I thought we are friends. Malaysia and you are friends. Don't worry, Excellency Maimuna. Russia come in, you are in, but we are support Malaysia. Then I know that I'm in the safe end. They just want to put their name there. But when come to the voting, all of them vote Malaysia. So I think that is also the negotiation, something like that. So I think this is very important for us as the head of the president of the Habitat Assembly. So another one that I would like to share with you is also KL success hinges on the innovation spirit, collaboration of the business community. That's why I want to meet you actually at the very beginning. But when I came in on my 5th day was flooding, banjir besar. On the 6th day was sinkhole. So I don't have a chance to meet all of you. Now I have a chance. So I think this is also may be this session as a springboard for deeper partnership, bold ideas, and a shared journey towards a better Kuala Lumpur. And let us build not just a livable city, just to say that, but a livable one where every neighborhood thrives, every community matters, and every development reflects our values. Last but not least, before I conclude, allow me to express again my sincere appreciation to the Chamber of Commerce and all the distinguished guests present today. Your presence here shows that you can go anywhere today, but you choose to be here. I really appreciate that. And your unwavering support and partnership have played a pivotal role in shaping our city's development journey. So let us continue to work hand in hand for Kuala Lumpur that is more sustainable, resilient, inclusive, livable, and in the end, lovable city for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bandar. Please remain on stage.
Okay, here, and today we get it free. Okay, you may be a very good partnership, and please feel free to come forward. The mics around here, identify yourself and tell what is your problem, issues. We have a great lady here who inspires and gives hope. Today I was with her at the PAM Center, and indeed, when a lot of people talk about problems, they say, I have managed 1,600 cities and over 93 countries. And what is that for this one city? So we are indeed very privileged today to have such a mayor after her tour of urban habitat in Nairobi, that she is now offering us her sacrificial services at so-called, she has been called back to contribute to the nation. All right, in one word. Nation building. Yeah. So please, the floor is yours. Kindly come forward with your questions. Identify yourself. No matter what, I believe Datuk Sri can answer, or his team, her team.
And I'm going to live until the last day of my life in Kuala Lumpur. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Bandar, for a lot of things that I'm seeing that I believe we can make this a better city. Allow me to say a few words. I've got 3 points to raise. First, of course, Kuala Lumpur is a big city. It's Kota Besar. It's representing Malaysia. And so if foreigners were to come, 90% of the tourists, I believe they will think about Kuala Lumpur and they will land here. When they come here, so there are a lot of situations I think we can do better. First, I think it's about the road condition. For 3 decades, the road has not been very satisfactory. Until the last 2 weeks, I noticed something good happening. And I believe Datuk Bandar knows what I'm talking. The road has been patched up, a little by a little. And it doesn't do a whole stretch of resurface, but a patching on the very broken part. That is indeed very good effort with a minimal cost, Don't go and patch the roads so high until the water cannot flow into the drain. Thank you so much for that. But along with that, there are still a lot more to be done, and I wish that we can establish some communication that residents can communicate with Datuk Bandar or to DBKL specific department to make our road more drivable. Don't hit into potholes, spoil all the absorbers and the cars. Right? So this is indeed important now. I would like to raise a very obvious case of very unsightly sight and still present today, which is along the Jalan Saikutra, driving into Bangsa South. That entrance has gone through a lot of construction on the road and above. But after construction, the construction road barrier drums are still present on the road. And at the side, on the side, it leaves unfinished with whatever tree grows on it, unplanned trees. Some plastic bags are there. Besides, of course, the road a little bit uneven, but there's still acceptable condition. But I think the impression on whole Bangsa South before driving along Jalan Saikutra is indeed so unsightly. Sorry to use the word, because I am speaking the truth, and I believe this is a reality that we are seeing now. I hope that being an example, and there are many other examples around Kuala Lumpur, that we can make use and learn from it to see how we can get the contractors to clear the site up after they leave, they finish the job. And the road divider are well managed so that it becomes safer. And when tourists were to come in here, they invest. And we know there are many Chinese people are coming here, take up MM2H. They would like to invest here. We do not want them to go back and say, Malaysia is so broken, because that is the impression that they are seeing in the city. And this is a Kota Malaysia, Kota Besar Malaysia. So I hope this is a reflection as an example. Number two, I think Malaysian people are generally overweight. This is a health problem, and it's going to burden the health system. And I hope Datuk Bandar can lead as an example to build something that is easier for the residents in Kuala Lumpur to walk. I believe many people like to walk, but it's very hard to walk because it's hot. There's along our road path, there's very few shelter. When hot sun, ladies would not walk because I sweat a lot. The cosmetic on the face is affected, and high heels cannot walk. So I hope we can do something to help the residents of Kuala Lumpur to walk more, encourage them with a shelter, protect against the sun, hot sun, rain. Yeah. So if we see in Singapore, I believe many of us, if we go to Singapore as a tourist, easily you walk 10,000 steps a day. But here, I think hardly we walk 2,000 steps every day. Even for 300 meters, we probably prefer to drive instead of walking. So I believe in this area, DBKL can do a lot. Besides making the place nice to stay, nice to walk, and it's also helping the people to be healthier because we give them the chance to walk. And the last, the city has got a lot of advertisement. After the banner, the advertisement is over, and the banner is still there. Some are already outdated, some already discolored, already nobody take care of it. There are many loan offering advertisement everywhere on the lamppost. I think it actually affects the the view of the city. Yeah, I hope that is some observation that I did. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Can
KL is the capital city. One of the KPI given by the Prime Minister to me, I shared this many times with colleagues. He said, bring Kuala Lumpur. So at one time I said must be glorious, because he said bring back the glory of Kuala Lumpur, if not to be at the global level, at the world level, at least with the global south. That is the first thing when he hand over the appointment letter to me. Regarding the road condition, I'm already areas in DBKL, in Kuala Lumpur, under DBKL. And we already come out with the zone and also the monitoring to monitor. And also sometimes some people will send to me personally, because I share on my name card is a phone number there. When I make my business card at that time, my colleague asked me, "Are you sure you want to put your phone number on the card?" I said, "Why not? So that you can have my phone number there." But we already implement zero potholes policy. But of course, it takes time. And also at the same time, we also, because that sometimes they patch the hole, but it's actually also the quality of the patching. So I think they both ways. So bear with us. We have until end of the year. I already gave it to them end of the year. One on the health program. Son, I have 2-year-old grandson. My daughter is the big critic. I cannot push the pram, but in various zones. So hopefully, you have one of the syarat, the condition that if there is the transport, nearest transport system. So there is enforcement and education, because it down, but they don't very big. You already in the newspaper. So now we have a team to go around, and colleagues, my staff at the back, maybe you can share a few.
the city this morning. Yeah. Any further questions from the floor? Yeah.
Coming here, giving me this opportunity, and Dewan sir, I cannot think of any other place else. Now, Dewan sir actually is a very they make use of the area to jog around, walk around. There are a lot of activity like for children to play around as well. But the problem over here is at night, I'm questioning many times. I know DBK has done a very good job in cleaning up, especially at night, the petty trader. They create a lot of traffic problem along the Jalan Pandan area. So many petty traders, every time we see the Bandaraya truck come, they close and run away. But after a while, then they come back again. This time around, they don't bring the truck, or they don't put a sort of store along Jalan Pandan, but they're smart. They put a banner up and they sell in the car. They open the boot, then they start selling. Now the question here, we're not complaining about everybody need a living. Okay, the petty traders need a living. The question here, is there any proper place that we can create and allow these people to sell, and this will not allow them to have an income. But also you avoid, I see at night a lot of people doing jogging, along the road, even in cycling along the road. They create a lot of quite dangerous and not really a good health. In fact, they bring in all the carbon dioxide, worse. So perhaps the lake itself, at night you can open up, or you can build some jogging track around the lake for people who want to exercise. There are a lot of, I think, government land around the Tidwangsa area, especially I see now the new MRT station. On top of MRT station in Bacon, perhaps can create something, for the And Tiniwangsa are living in the area also. Many ambassadors are also living around the area. I think I'm quite sure we will bring up some of the issues. Okay, so I hope Lalu Bandar can look into this and make it a better place, for all